It seems that the world is at a crossroads. Nationalist banners wave high. Think Trump in the US, Meloni in Italy, Modi in India, reshaping borders and mindsets. Globalism stitched us together for decades. Yet an ancient force called nationalism is resurging. With these two locked in a showdown, what does it mean for humanity's future? Let's break it down. Globalism is a policy that is worldwide in scope. Free trade, shared goals, international cooperation. It's the United Nations, multinational giants like Apple, and more than $100 trillion global economy. Nationalism, it's putting your nation first. Sovereignty, identity, pride. Often it's us versus them. Two philosophies, one planet. Let's see how they stack up. So why does nationalism raise alarms? History offers us lessons. The First World War was sparked by nationalist rivalries for resources and dominance between European powers, which left 16 million dead. Fast forward, economic nationalism stokes tensions today. The US hit China with $550 billion in tariffs by 2019. China countered with $185 billion. These values represent the annual trade affected. The result? A trade war slashing global GDP growth by 0.8% in 2020 as per the OECD. In the EU, nationalist voices like Poland and Hungary block unified moves, stalling climate and migration fixes. It's not just war, it's economic gridlock. But we must recognize that nationalism is a response to globalism. It's a pushback. Globalism's boom outsourced jobs and widened gaps. In the US, manufacturing jobs dropped 20% since the year 2000. So nationalism has emerged as a lifeline for the sidelined. India's Atmanirbhar Bharat plan targets self-reliance, boosting its $4 trillion economy with local production. Brexit, backed by 52% of UK voters in 2016, prized identity over EU ties. Critics say that globalism erodes the nation-state. Some even point fingers at the UN or the World Economic Forum, prioritizing global interests and weakening sovereignty. But globalism has proven its merits too. Trade cut extreme poverty from 36% in 1990 to 8% in 2018. 1 billion people were uplifted according to the World Bank. The US thrives on it. Immigration fueled 47% of workforce growth from 2010-2020, powering its $27 trillion GDP. China's rise to a $17 trillion economy was made possible with global supply chains. But here's the catch. Wealth concentrates. The top 1% hold nearly 43% of the world's total wealth as per Credit Suisse. Workers in Ohio or Mumbai feel the squeeze with stagnant wages and lost industries. No wonder globalism without guardrails has bred resentment, and it's starting to show. The America First agenda under Trump is pushing protectionism, 25% tariffs on steel, and tightened borders. China, a global trade titan, asserts nationalist claims, flexing $500 billion in military spending by 2024. The EU grapples with unity. Brexit cost it $130 billion in trade, yet nationalist parties gained 20% more seats in 2024 elections. Even the pandemic exposed cracks. US PPE shortages in 2020 tied to global outsourcing delayed responses. So is there a fix? Firms could blend strategies, local manufacturing plus global contracts with crisis clauses. Here's the reality. It's not all or nothing. Global crises, climate change, pandemics, they demand teamwork. COVAX delivered 1.8 billion vaccine doses worldwide by 2023. Even India donated around 14 million vaccine doses to 98 countries. Yet nations must protect their own. India's 1.4 billion need jobs and a vibrant domestic market, not just imports. The US post the Second World War has often played global cop, toppling regimes for influence. Think Iran, Iraq, Cuba, Congo, Afghanistan, Iraq, Bangladesh. It's a long list. Is that imperialism or strategy? The trick is balance. National strength must not threaten global harmony. Without it, nationalism risks isolation, and globalism will lead to inequity. So, is it possible to choose one, nationalism or globalism? It's both a threat and a tool. Nationalism guards identity, but it can divide. Globalism builds wealth, but it skips the vulnerable. The future hinges on nations thriving both solo and together. And the mighty must walk this tightrope with extra caution. What's your take? Please tell us in the comments. That's all for this video.